I don't know if you guys could hear that shit or not, but dogs. I hate those guys. Nah, I like dogs. Dogs are cool. Except for the one that bit me in the eye when I was like 7 years old. Those guys, that one was an asshole. And I'm pretty sure she's dead now, so may her rotting corpse be feeding the worms. And, hey, that dog was...
You're an asshole!
Well, so was she.
But you're an asshole!
She almost took my eye out.
Fuck you. You probably deserved it sticking your face where it didn't belong.
I mean, I did try to ride her like a horse, so I guess... I guess it was my own fault. Well, you know.
The fuck?
Well, you know, just be a horse then. That's what I say. So that's what that is.
Animal abuse! Animal abuse!
Yeah, it's not abuse when they're dead, no.
You deserve that.
She's dead. Anywho, what's this is not starting well. What's going on, everybody? Your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza here, joined by my lovely wife, Mrs. Cheese Pizza.
By the way, I have a bone to pick with your ass.
She has a bone to pick with my ass. That's not very nice.
Maybe I don't want to be Mrs. Lovely Cheese Pizza. Maybe I don't like cheese pizza.
Well...
Maybe I want to be a different kind of pizza.
Meat lover's choice.
Maybe I don't want to be a fucking pizza.
Why not? Who doesn't want to be pizza?
Maybe I want to be a cupcake.
I mean, if you want to be. We live in a world where you can be whatever you want to be.
Put to a vote. Everyone gets to pick and vote on what my name should be.
You are leaving yourself wide open for some things. I'm just warning you now.
Let the crazed names begin.
When you put it to a vote for naming conventions, you are leaving yourself open for some shit.
I've had sweet tits and sweet cheeks, so I don't think I can get much worse than that.
You would be surprised with the world that we live in. The YouTube comment section is a world of wonders that is matched only by Reddit.
I can tell you
it really is.
That Tara and I talked about last night.
I'm afraid to know. Anywho, so on a note that is the side one from the main note, we are going to be doing rally races tonight because I've been doing regular ass professional league 10 to 20 lap bullshit for long enough. I would like to inject a little bit of new energy into this relationship, and so we're going back out to the dirt stuff. We're doing dirty things. I knew that would get a rise out of her. We got
rise out of your pants though.
No. But we got this Evo rally car a while back, and I've not used it for anything, so I want to see if this thing is up for it or not. So we'll do that, and in the meantime, I have a story about some super insane bullshit that happened here last night, and it still has everybody in the house kind of a little uneasy about all of it. Got something to say about my balls? No, I showered today.
I'm not talking about those balls. Those balls get used. I'm talking about the balls that are out here in the garage.
Oh, well, maybe not though. We totally cleaned the garage. So, they have been moved, and they have been probably used. Probably by the people that were in here, I don't know. So here's the thing. So, last night, it's like 11:30, and you know, we're all tired. The clock's moved to accommodate for, you know, us all losing an hour's sleep, which is basically good enough for making you want to not live on the planet anymore. Yes, it basically is igniting the purge. And so I was like, you know what? I haven't really eaten anything in a little while, so I'm gonna go, you know, make a bag of popcorn, make it be my midnight snack. We'll watch Aliens, and then you know, call it a night. Finally got Harrison to go the fuck to sleep, and even though it took like 3 hours in its own right, and so I go out there and I make my bag of popcorn, and I'm trying to put some stuff away in the kitchen, and I absolutely just burnt the living god out of that bag. I mean, it, like, immediately I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't smell quite right, and I start opening the bag, and it just immediately just started billowing smoke out of itself. So I was like, fuck, I ruined one. There goes my pretty long streak of not fucking one of those up. But we just got a new microwave, so I haven't really learned the timing on it just yet. Oh, shit. Okay, alright already. Good lord. I was just about to make a comment about how this thing was handling like a Colombian sex dream, which I don't really know what the difference between a Colombian sex dream and a regular old-fashioned American one is, aside the fact that it probably has something to do with like coffee beans and anal. But can I help you?
Oh, please continue.
Oh no! Well, no. I mean that was all.
Tell me about your sex dreams, babe.
I don't.
Tell me about your fantasies.
Well, they're not Colombian ones. I can tell you that because I'm.
People getting cheated.
No, but they are. But they are serving fine coffee products, if they're of the Colombian variety.
Ay, coffee.
Please don't ever say that again. Ugh. Weird. It's weird. It's one thing when, you know, when somebody that's of the Latin cloth says it because it just sounds more natural, but then when a...
What?
When a
Jew says it, it's a whole other ballgame?
When a Greek Jew says it, it's a great deal weirder. No, considering that I...
your 1% doesn't count.
No, I was going to say, considering that I willingly married one, that would imply that I do not have a problem with it.
We got pregnant.
Yeah, but I was... Oh, shit. Okay, that wasn't good.
What did you do?
It just totally stopped responding. That was odd. Okay, now we're good.
Oh, break the concentration. Strange stretch. Water up there.
Sure can.
I know it's not Colombian coffee.
Nope, but it is fine crystal water. But anywho, so I was like, I gotta get rid of this shit, otherwise I'm gonna make the entire house smell like smoke and, you know, wake up everybody. So I took it out to the garbage that's outside, just so, you know, the rest of the world could deal with my horrible mistake. And so I did that. I put it out there, and I came back and I closed the garage door, and I hit the button, the door started closing, and I went inside. God damn it, this thing is not doing so hot right now. I'm assuming that the battery's probably just about ready to die. What kind of battery does this take? Triple A's. Shit.
Shit on your nuts.
That's not a good time for that.
You need to go and get stuff.
I think so, because this is straight up is like dead. Okay, I will be right back. God forsaken it all. So we have a problem. I don't have any AAA batteries.
Dun 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 dun.
So this is gonna be interesting.
Well, that's a wrap.
Nope. I have a backup plan.
Oh Jesus!
I have a backup plan. It's been a little while since I've had to use this, but when in doubt, go wired.
Oh.
Ow.
Nobody wants to go wired.
Well, sometimes you just have to. Oh, my old friend. Sometimes it just happens that way. Okay, well, hopefully this thing will work a little bit better. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got one lap to try to figure this shit show out, so I don't think it's gonna work that way, but it's always worth a try. So, anywho, as I was, oh my god, we're down by 10 seconds. As I was saying, so I hit the button and I come back in and I make another one and I go on my merry way and I, you know, go to the bedroom and I eat it and we go to sleep and all's hunky-dory, right? Right? Not so much. So apparently, I didn't find this out until, you know, 7 in the morning when I woke up to take the kids to school, or just Haley in this situation. And apparently, what had happened was somehow the garage door didn't close all the way. And so it was open all night long. And in the midst of that, apparently, 2 people came into our garage and they were just like fucking around in here. Like, they didn't steal anything, which I found to be really odd. But there were so many different scenarios that could have, you know, made everything go horribly, horribly wrong. But it didn't. And part of the reason for that was the fact that my neighbor Chris, she has cancer, and she also just really has, you know, really horrible insomnia anyways, and so she hardly ever sleeps. And she saw all of this going down, like, as it was happening. And she actually ended up, once they got into the garage and, you know, she saw that they were messing around in here, she actually grabbed her gun, because she has concealed carry, and she chased them out of our garage and chased them partway down the street, you know, with her gun. And, you know, so she was able to keep them from breaking into my house and doing God knows what with that. I can't believe we came back and won this race. Are you out of your fucking mind? We were down by 10 seconds with a lap and a quarter to go, and we just erased that whole deficit and won. That's nuts. I would say this car is definitely ready for the big times. So, but yeah, dude, she totally went like crazy on him, and she ran in here and she's, you know, chased him out of here and chased him partway down the street while she's, you know, guns ablazing. Well, I mean, she's not like firing at him, but she could, I mean, she could have. But I think we all would have heard that one, because none of us had really heard anything about that. And then she came to our door afterwards and told us what was going on, and it like totally spooked everybody. Like, it was nuts. And so, you know, now we're like all super on alert, and we're definitely thinking about getting some home security, and just the whole thing was weird. And like, I had a theory about it, about who it could have been. I'm sitting here thinking it very well could have been the same people that broke into my car and stole my laptop. You know, it's just because apparently they had, from what she was saying, they had a bag with them, and you know, they had a bag with them, and they had there was like a bunch of stuff in there. But as soon as she had, you know, told my parents about it, my dad got up and immediately went into the garage and started looking around, because we just got done like rearranging everything in here, because we've been getting rid of a bunch of like old stuff that was my grandma's that we have no use for, and, you know, trying to make room so that we could get cars parked in the garage and stuff. And so he kind of had a good feeling of where everything was, and he said he went and looked around, and he didn't really find anything gone. And I'm sitting here thinking, as soon as I was told that, you know, they were in the garage rummaging through stuff and all that, I was like, oh my God, if they went into my office and started, and I mean, I've got a lot of money's worth of like electronics and things in here. And so I'm sitting here thinking, dude, if they stole my fucking computer or my PS4 or any of my systems or any of that stuff, I'm gonna be, you know, beside myself, because it'd be yet another installment of Adam got his shit stolen again. And so, but I went in here and everything was just as I had left it. And so it's just like, it's so bizarre, because she said that they were in here in the garage, which means they came in and they turned the light on in here, which means that they were just inches away from the door, which means they could have come inside. And, you know, my kids are sleeping in the living room, my dad's sleeping in the other room, and, you know, I mean, that could have gone horribly bad. I mean, it could have been legit an absolute disaster. So yeah, I mean, the whole. And
yes, I legitimately made my own fucking seal.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know who the seal is, it is a baseball bat wrapped with wire.
Unfortunately, they would have.
It isn't barbed, regardless. It is a legitimate, lethal slender bat. And I played baseball. I played softball for years. I can fuck a bitch up.
The unfortunate part with that whole thing is that they would have had first serve at it because it was in the garage.
Well, at that point, but it's going in our bedroom.
So.
And it has a healthy person on the receipt in the dash.
But yeah, so it's crazy that they didn't steal anything, they had the opportunity to come in the house if they wanted to, and they didn't do it. But apparently she was saying that they grabbed the golf clubs that were like at the end of the garage, and they were like just playing around with them in there. So it's like, how inexperienced and dumb are you guys that are, you know, apparently, you know, trying to steal stuff from people, that you go into somebody's garage at 2:30 or 3 in the morning and not steal anything and just play with golf clubs, when there was like a huge ass flat screen TV that was in here in the garage. And
here's the thing: if they ran off on foot, they're not gonna take a flat screen TV. And the reason why I'm telling you this, and I know that the scripts are brought up, but here's what I'm going to do right now: they're not gonna run off that are huge like that unless you have a fucking car right nearby throwing stuff in. Because that actually looks like it makes sense. But if you're walking around the fucking street with a flat screen TV, some fucking computer, what have you there, that looks extremely suspicious. Someone carrying around a bag with your laptop isn't. It was in a bag.
yeah,
That's as simple as a fucking school bag.
yeah, it was, but
So I'm just saying that right there. I mean, yes, completely inexperienced. I'm not saying that, oh, well, next time you fucking experience it. What I'm saying is that obviously, whoever it was, either was granted of stealing, or they weren't meaning probably trying to steal.
well, what it's also another thing too, expounding on that, is they may have had a car, but I mean they were also being chased by somebody. You know, if somebody's,
I'd be renting the fucking car and speeding away.
but you also at the same time you don't want her to call into the cops and give away your license plate number.
That's when, if you were going to sit there and film movie, you saw, you know, the shit that's in the garage or anything along those lines. I'm sorry, but I would have had a car, I would have covered the fucking plates, and I would have booked it.
So yeah, it was. I mean, it was a really weird thing. 'Cause it's like, you know, they broke into our garage because I closed that damn door. But I'm like, my theory behind it also is that I closed the door, and they, for all I know, they may have been, you know, casing the house, and they were already there. And after I went inside before the door closed, they obstructed the little light beam thing and reopened it. Because our garage door, like, it's loud, but once you go inside the house, you can't really hear that thing anymore. And so, you know, they could have easily obstructed that, and no one's the wiser. But they also would have known that there was still at least one person wide awake in the house. And so, you know, you sit back and wait, which is why I thought that they may have had a car, because they could have just, you know, sat nearby and waited to see what happened. And after X amount of time of nobody coming out to close the door, that's when you make your move, because you also assume that everybody nearby is asleep because it's 2:30 in the morning.
I think they were hiding by our cars.
Maybe.
Genuinely, I think they were hiding in between our cars, not to be seen. Then they didn't be able to sit there and see whether or not the lights were in. Because by the time we all go to bed, we turn off all of the lights and
Pretty much.
the story's all done. Because everyone's asleep, so there's that. If they had gone over, if they had come over in the car, no joke, and this is because I'm some, you know, person that likes to go out and steal or anything like that. But this
I
is
am.
me thinking here. If you go in a car to case the place, you come back with the car license plate. That is not something that if you're going to sit there and do in your case, you don't go back there with your same car and not have to. If you're going to be that stupid and going there with your car in the first place, that's fine. I mean, you will end up going over, even if you just get in the corner and they kind of look around and saw the shit that was just right there as it is. You come back with your car to get all those things. You don't come back on foot. You don't come back and say, you come back and get the shit that you can and you get out. And you have a fucking meal meal. You always do. This is common sense.
Robbery 101.
I mean, and even for, I've never done any of this before, and this is common sense to me. So this, to me, screams, they're children, they're first timers, they don't know what the fuck they're doing at all, fucking around, and this is what, this is what it was. And regardless, I'm glad that they were stopped. I'm extremely thankful because, like you said, I mean, our kids were right there. Our daughter and our older son were right there. I mean, literally, all you have to do is walk into the house, and our son is literally right around the corner. I mean, you can see him from the hallway from the garage door. And that's terrifying. That's terrifying. It makes you feel very violent.
Yeah, I felt pretty weird after my mom told me about that. I was sitting there just crafting theories and like just running these different scenarios down in my head like the entire way that I was taking my daughter to school. And it was just yeah, or kidnapped or any amount of things, because like we don't know if these guys didn't have weapons on them or anything. I mean, even if it's just a knife, you know, like a little pocket knife. I mean, you can still kill anybody with one of those things, as innocuously small as they are. You know, it's crazy. It's just it's so weird the way that entire scenario played out. Because on the same note, I was contemplating coming in here and filming last night, and had I done that with all that stuff that happened that particular way. I mean, even in here, I don't necessarily always hear the garage door when it opens, so like I could have still had that happen. These guys could have come in here, and I could have just been working on stuff because I like to have my headphones on sometimes when I'm working, and so they wouldn't have really heard much of anything. And I could have heard all that going on, and I could have, you know, I would have had to have made a move one way or the other of, do I decide to go out there and approach them, not knowing if they have a weapon of some kind on them, or do I just hang back in here and hope they don't come in here? You know, like that's an entirely different thing, because I don't really have anything in here to protect myself with.
Well, I think from now on you should, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But Lucille stay with me.
So yeah, dude, it was a pretty crazy thing. It was a very unexpected turn of events that it went from being what it was, which was just kind of a weird but harmless action, to it could have been horrible and an absolute catastrophe on the other end of it. So luckily we got the former rather than the latter. So we got a Ford Focus. I'm never going to drive it because that looks hideous.
And it's a Ford.
Hideous.
And it's a Ford.
I mean,
it's a fucking Ford.
I don't mind Fords that much.
Oh.
I don't mind them that much. Hey, just, you know, if there's one that can be appreciated, it's this, the Ford GT40. I can appreciate that. That's about as good as a Ford is gonna get in my mind.
Well, that's the only form of Ford that's gonna be okay.
But other than that, I mean,
It's gross.
Alright guys, well, that was weirdly successful. I mean, I still don't know how we won that first race. We had really no business pulling that off, but I know this game does like to implement rubber banding just a little. And it worked to my benefit. So, when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the ultimate simulator of being in the moving metallic death trap with 4 wheels. Yeah, see if we'll see if you guys have a name for my wife here to be used on the channel, and then we'll also do some more rally races, because that was actually really fun. I kind of want to do some more of those.
Maybe without your stuff dying on you.
Yeah, I will definitely try to.
Entertain people again.
I will definitely try to have some AAA batteries on deck for that, because I took those out and I totally saw that those were made in 2004. But hey, those worked for a long time. That was surprising, considering that those really should not have been in use. So that's what that is. So you guys take it easy. This is Lovely Cheese Pizza, and name to be determined later, saying thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time. So take care, everybody. Have a good one.
Toodaloo.